In this lesson, we'll build the shoulder and the arm of our character. Alright, so let's go ahead and attach the arm now. So you may be tempted to create a cylinder and just attach it straight onto the geometry here, much like we did down here. But I'll show you a little trick that you can use to get a little bit more out of your shoulder as far as the topology and things. So I'm going to go and add maybe one edge loop right along here. And now let's decide where we want the shoulder to come out from. I'm thinking probably something like that. Okay, and now traditionally, I mean, if we were going to be using the other method that we use, you would think, well, maybe this is going to be the resolution we need on our arm, but that's not necessarily the case, because in this case we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Let's go ahead and extrude these faces, and this is just kind of the rough location of our shoulder. So we'll extrude these out, and now let's pull these up, and let's go ahead and rotate them in Z. Okay, make it kind of a little wing there. Alright, so now this is going to be our shoulder. So we can smooth this out a bit. Use all the tools that we've used up to this point to kind of tweak the shape here. Kind of smooth this out. Okay, and where the arm is actually going to attach is going to be under here, not up here. So if we take this and pull this out, you can see right now our resolution of our arm is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's going to work for us. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull these down for now. And let's go ahead and delete these faces. Okay, and then you can use your, if you want to use your sculpt geometry tool, you can do that just to kind of smooth these things out. Just kind of blend it back in. So now this is going to be our shoulder, and then our arm's going to come out from the bottom, and that's going to help us with our edge flow. Okay, so now all we need to do is create our arm. So again, we'll create a polygon cylinder. This time we'll rotate it 90 degrees in the Z. Go ahead and bring it up and over. Scale it down a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and delete these faces on either end. And then go to the front view. And I'm going to say the wrist is going to be about at the 2 feet mark out from the body. So I'll make this the wrist. Move that up straight with the shoulder. Kind of scale this down to match up to the size of the connection there to the shoulder. And again, we're going pretty delicate here with the arms. All right, so let's go ahead and make our elbow. Let's say our elbow is going to be right there. We're not really building too much in the way of musculature, just because of the nature of the model. If it was a more defined drawing, more defined model or character, we'd spend more time building in musculature. But we can hint at the musculature just by the way that our topology, the way that we pull some of our geometry out. But we can still leave the topology pretty much, straight up and down in most cases. All right, let's create and let's kind of stylize this forearm a little bit like we did the calf. So we'll bring in an edge loop there. Go ahead and scale that up, maybe rotate it a bit. Give it a little bit more angular look. Maybe right there. And then maybe we want to scale this down as we come out here. Let's scale this down. And so right now it's obviously, for the most part up here anyway, it's kind of scaled in all directions. So if we want to make anything a little bit wider, we can come in here and do that. So maybe in the bicep it's a little bit wider up to the shoulder. Maybe we want to pull out the elbow, so we can do that. You might want to add another line right in here. Maybe right in here. And then you can do, much like we did with the leg, push this in, right in here. And always you can come in and check this, see if you like it. Maybe push these in a little bit more. And then again, just a matter of tweaking things out. You want to pull this elbow out a bit more. And so when you've got that all shaped up, then you can connect this back here into this arm. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull this out a little bit. And kind of match those up slightly. We know the resolution's the same, so. And I'm going to pull this in just a little. Alright, now we can connect this up in the same way that we've been doing before. So go ahead and select both of them. We want to combine, mesh combine. And now we can just merge these together. And I like to do these individually, so it seems like I've got a little bit more control over things in some ways. Just pick two that are the closest if they don't totally match up. And you can, if you want to, snap these around. Go ahead and snap those to the right points. Just like that. We'll be able to smooth these things out a little bit here. And then you can grab all of those points and just merge those. And we've got our threshold set so that it won't merge anything it's not supposed to. Now we definitely want to add some more resolution in here. So we can take a line in here. And now we can start to pull some of this in and create sort of the armpit here. Kind of geometry in here. Under the arm. Maybe pull this out. As always, you can check it by smoothing it. And that'll tell you, what else you need to do. You want to pull this in a little bit and define that shoulder a bit more. Okay, so that's just one way to do the arm. You can see you get a nice little shoulder there. Now it looks like from the top our arm is a little misshapen here. So we might want to come in and take this back a bit. There we go. Looks a little bit better. So now you're just going to come in and shape this. It looks like it could stand to be thickened a bit right here under the shoulder. So we can take the points, all these points, and move them down to kind of thicken that up. You don't want her to be kind of Popeye looking with the large forearms. So you want to kind of thicken this up. So just enlarge that a little bit. All right, so now that we've got the arm attached, it's just a matter of shaping that into the shape that we want. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe thicken up the shoulder a bit, kind of just tweak the overall shape. But you can sort of see that it's coming together. We just need a few more things. We need the hands. We're going to add the breast and the hair, obviously, and we'll come in and do the clothing and things like that. So we're coming along fairly well. So let's go ahead and finish that out. And then the next lesson we'll come out to the wrist and build the base of the hand, and then look at adding the fingers to the hand.